Wow.
Can I count down?
Yeah, do it, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guys, we've missed you so much.
So much.
So much. It's so good to be back
With season 2?
with season 2.
Of
Off the clock.
With,
the interns,
oh yeah,
The soon to be.
number one,
podcast
In.
the
world. This season, we're going to be taking a little bit of a turn. It's going to be very serious.
We will have 48 episodes until we break for season 3.
All of them will be an hour long with a pastor. Here's
Every
our
single
special
one of
guest. No, we don't have a guest.
We don't. Just the three of us. So glad to be back. Season 2, kind of crazy, gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if we'd make it here.
I
Aiden
would have bet
did
money
not
that
think
we were
we were
not
going
going to
to.
make it.
This
here.
is our 25th episode.
Yeah.
It is our 25th
That's
episode.
we're a fourth of the way to 100.
Oh yeah. Let's
Wow.
get it. That's
Also-
awesome.
Side note, it was Ian's birthday recently.
Oh yeah. We're all adults now. Let's go.
So wish Ian a happy birthday if you did not. Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, man.
You have a
Thank
good birthday?
Dude, it was a fabulous birthday. It was top tier birthday for
Dubs.
sure.
Dubs.
Yeah. How are we doing, guys?
I mean, I'm good.
I'm great, man.
Let's-
I'm vibing.
Let's
I got
go.
to
Come on.
hang out at the studio yesterday and record some music with Spencer, and it's a party.
It is
Nice.
I was
School
there too.
still has not started yet, but when you hear this, it will have started yet for Grant and I.
Yep.
I've been in school for
Yeah.
technically 3 weeks, but really 2 weeks.
Sadly.
So I just want to make that clear while these bums have been slacking off.
Thank you for making it clear.
I'm just kidding. Grant has been working so hard. He's been doing the Lord's work on our planning center accounts.
Shout out Planning Center. All right.
Hey, Planning Center, if you want to come on the podcast,
What?
Nothing has changed.
no.
Nothing has
Nothing.
changed. What do we have today? I think we have some questions in store.
Yeah, so I think we need to start off this episode with, again, a very serious question and topic.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I can feel the tears brimming in my eyes.
If you won the lottery, what would you buy with it? Now, before we answer this question,
Yes.
we need to establish how much winning
All right.
the lottery is. Like,
My
how much
vote-
money is this?
My vote is we start with $1 million and then we go full send and see what the Powerball's at right now, and
Yeah.
say if you won the Powerball right now, what would it be?
Okay, so
$1 million?
Yeah, Ian, if you
That's
won
$1
$1 million,
million.
like what do you do?
Dude, that's not that much money, but is like a ton of money at
That's
the
so
same
much
time.
more money than I have.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it
Yeah.
is like a ton of money, but like kind of isn't. Like, that could go away really fast. I could
Yeah.
spend $1 million really quickly.
Isn't there some like statistic that an insane amount of people who win the lottery like go broke or go bankrupt?
Yeah, because
Oh,
they just
yeah.
go crazy and
They
spend
just-
all of it.
Yeah.
Well, and I think partially because taxes too. Like if they buy a
Yeah.
house and they aren't like generating enough money to pay taxes
Yes.
and stuff.
I feel like the first thing I would do with $1 million is I would take half of that, $500,000.
That's,
Oh, man.
that's so much money.
Look at those math skills, guys. Homeschooling. Homeschooling people. They said we couldn't do math. They were wrong. I would take that and I would invest that for sure.
Yeah.
Make
I
that
would-
money make more money for me.
Yeah, I'd take $500K and put it in a mutual fund.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I would invest that in. Definitely not crypto
Or Tesla.
or Twitter.
Shout out Elon Musk, I guess.
Elon Musk, if you want to come on the podcast.
Oh man.
Honestly, Elon, I just want to say this because I know you're not listening, but I'm going to say it anyways. I don't really think you're doing anything that horrible on Twitter. I just think it was already so far gone that no matter what you did or did not do, you couldn't have made it much better or worse than it already was.
Honestly, I can
So,
get behind that.
I don't
a
really
little
think
bit.
it could be saved. I think it was too far gone. But I would take the first, I would invest that, and then the rest of it, I'd buy a new car. Not like something crazy. I'd probably get like a reliable, nice new car.
I would buy.
And then a lot of gear. I would buy so much gear.
see, you guys are gonna get my car philosophies when we do the Powerball here in a second. But since it's $1 million, I think I can only justify buying one car. So instead of buying like 2 different cars, I would buy one that's like a sum of what cars I would want. So I would get a Volkswagen.
So you get a Jeep truck.
No. What? So I would get a.
Eein broke.
So I would get a Honda Ridgeline.
What?
Just kidding.
What?
No, I would get a Volkswagen GTI or Golf R, so I could still haul gear, but also drive fast in a manual transmission hatchback.
What else would you get?
Okay, so also I would probably, I would make sure that I had enough money to pay for college.
Yeah,
That's a
important.
good one.
I would do that, and then like.
Okay, Grant, what would you
I got one more thing. I got one more item.
He's thinking. He's pondering.
I might relegate
Yeah,
like
but I'm
several.
on that Spencer time frame right now.
I
You
might
know what I'm saying?
might relegate several thousand for like a studio fund, you know. But
That's
then
fair.
also I might relegate a bunch for like whenever I do move out.
Yeah.
Funds to
Ooh,
move
that's
out.
a good
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
No, that's
I feel like you could set aside like, I don't know, I'd probably put like 50,000 or something like that towards gear, and
Yeah.
then I could take like 100,000 that could go towards like maybe an apartment or some living expenses, and then another 50,000 for a car, and so
Yeah.
then you still got 300,000 left at that point
Yeah.
yeah.
to do whatever you want with putting savings. Just put some in your like
Yeah, man.
checking, whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Grant.
Well, I think it is the go-to to just give like half of it is invested like instantly, because I think like, and we'll kind of get here with the Powerball too, but like if you have $1 million,
You don't.
you're not really gonna notice if 500,000 is invested. Like you still have $500,000. Like that's a ton of money, especially for us who are not who are broke. Let's be real.
Hashtag
I
drum
think,
teacher
like,
life.
and that like sets you up for success for, I mean, arguably the rest of your life. Like you're not really gonna have a huge struggle with money if you invest half of $1 million like instantly. And I do think like obviously part of it will be given to whatever charity or thing I'm like, given to, but that's kind of like the go-to, everybody, does that, right? So I think just like with the rest of it, I don't know, apartment would be something good. And then I would probably I would have like little splurges, I think, from time to time. I would definitely like get expensive gifts for people, like almost surprise them a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like Ethan, for example, like I would deck out his studio like at least a little
I
bit.
know
For
what
sure.
I know something else I would do.
Yeah, okay.
I would take a great trip.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did think
That's
about that too.
Yeah.
I've
I would take a bunch of my best friends and we would go out of the country somewhere.
yeah, that sounds fun.
But like, how much is that going to set you back though?
I mean, it'd probably be under $50,000.
It
So.
depends on
that's
where
fair
you
then.
go.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do we know what the Powerball?
Yeah, I just looked
Prices?
up $255 million.
$255 million.
So here's my first question to both
Dang.
of y'all: is what color is your Bugatti?
No. No.
He said no. That's my favorite color.
I have a whole note about what I would do here. people. Are you ready?
Dude, he's prepped.
All right.
Yeah, give it to
He's
So-
locked and loaded.
So I have a whole Thomas Hodges philosophy that I'm about to impart on you guys.
Shout
That
out.
my dad told me about a long
We
time
will
ago.
get him on the pod.
Yeah.
We need a Thomas episode.
We need to. Okay, so but first I'm gonna start off with the stuff that I would buy immediately. That's more fun. All right. Step 1, I would buy a Rolex. If you know
It's
me,
a sign of wealth.
or if you've seen me at all in the past, any time in the past 9 years, you know that I've been wearing a watch every day for about 9 years.
That's facts.
And I love watches. I don't have I'm not like a high dollar watch collector, of course, but I really enjoy a nice watch, and I enjoy picking out what watch I'm going to wear in the morning. So I would buy a Rolex Submariner because I love dive watches. If anybody's watching the YouTube,
Yeah, they're kind of the best.
this is my
Shout out
Citizen
YouTube.
ProMaster. I love it so much. So yeah, I would buy a Rolex. Then I would buy 4 cars, specifically.
Okay. But you do realize like you would have to have a house with at least 4 garage spaces.
Not important.
Not important.
That's
Okay.
gonna
He has
have to happen
$255 million, bro. It
That's
doesn't
true.
matter.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The house is a collateral, like after the fact, like effect of all the other things that I'm buying.
Like you will have so much stuff that you will just have to buy a massive house to fit it all in.
And I also I'm going to clarify. I probably wouldn't buy a really big house, especially at the age I'm at right now. Like I would just buy a house that was big enough for me to live in and haul the 4 cars that I'm going to get. So car number 1.
He'd build a garage with an apartment on top of it.
So car number 1 is my favorite car of all time, and I think one of the best cars to ever be designed by mankind is the Porsche Carrera GT. They're about $1 million right now, and they're one of the last analog supercars of the modern generation, and they're fantastic. So that's my fun, fast, manual transmission, analog supercar V10. Fantastic. Great. All right. Then I would buy a Lexus LFA, which is another supercar from 2011 that'll be about $400,000, and they're just beautiful. I think they're underrated. We don't talk about cars a lot on here, but I also really enjoy cars.
I'm not a car guy, unfortunately.
But yeah, the Lexus LFA is another one of my favorite cars of all time. So those are kind of the 2 like fun cars, right? But then you're like, all right, you're not going to drive those every day, and I fire back at you with you're correct. So then I would buy a Toyota 4Runner.
Dubs.
Probably one of the TRD off-road or TRD Pro ones, so I could go off-road and have fun and modify it, whatever. And then I would buy a Volkswagen Golf GTI for my daily driver.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a solid lineup of cars.
And then we have a house. I did put that here.
Oh,
we have
he's
a
got
house.
a full list. Oh shoot!
And then I would buy then a boat.
A boat.
A boat.
What type of boat?
I would buy
like a little fishing boat or like a
no, I'd buy a wake boat, dude.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Moomba. Shout out Moomba boats.
It's a really nice kayak.
Oh, I have a dream about one day before I die, I want to make a leaf blower powered super kayak.
Guys, check out episode 2. I'm just kidding. Where we test this theory. Will it work?
I'm really excited to try to build it.
YouTube exclusive.
Is that the season 2 finale of trying that?
Okay. So yeah, we have Rolex, cars, house, boat, and then it probably goes without saying, but then I'd put some towards the studio. So we'll say all that. We'll say my fun money is probably about $10 million.
That's still insane because you still got $245 million left.
Yeah,
that's a ton.
So we'll say about $10 million. Those are my priorities. I bought some stuff to have fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe I took a trip with my family or my friends. Maybe I built a studio, etc., etc. Maybe I should put studio
what's this
property.
Thomas Hodges plan though?
Yeah, I'm so
that's
curious
what I
of
need to
where
hear.
the philosophy's coming in.
So when you have $255 million, you need to ensure that you never have to make money again, and you're financially set for life. So you could do like a mutual fund thing. You could try to, you could do a lot. You could do a lot of things. You did invest in stocks. No.
Buy gold.
I'm going to guarantee.
Did you say buy gold?
I said buy gold.
No.
I mean, it is proven. Outer Banks. Come on now. Aidan's favorite TV show.
Okay, that is not my favorite TV show, okay? I said that because that was the only TV show I could think of in the moment because I don't watch TV shows. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, so I would probably choose the location. Either Hilton Head, Folly Beach, Madeira Beach, probably one of those 3 because they're not too far from here.
Yeah.
Well, we'd probably stay in the Folly or Hilton Head lane. Mm-hmm. But I would buy a medium-sized condo complex.
Ooh, that's brilliant. You will always make money from that as long as you keep up with it.
This credit to my dad because this was his idea, and I have to steal it because if I won the lottery, we'd be doing this. You take half of the condo, and you give condo rooms to all your friends and family.
Okay.
So that way, you guys can, they can go over there whenever they want with their family and friends. Like, you guys can all take vacations together. Sometimes you drive down there on a weekend and the Peters family's there or Grant's there. And it's like, wow, this is fantastic. So and then
I love how you said the Peters family or just Grant. Like just Grant. Only Grant in a condo. The whole Peters family and just
the
Grant.
Crenshaw family shall be there.
Grant does not have a family. It's just him chilling in a condo at Hilton Head.
Grant, we will adopt you. You can be
Crenshaw
part of our family.
Shout out to you guys. I love you all. And
Ethan does not get a condo. Sorry, buddy. I'm just kidding.
I mean, wait. I wouldn't give you guys individual condos for every member.
I know. I'm just kidding.
You get a condo, and you get a condo, and you get a condo, and you get a condo. Your dog gets a condo.
Anyways, so yeah, you take half of that and you give rooms to your friends and your family, your closest friends and your closest family.
So, question: would they be able to like rent those out to other people? Or
I guess they could,
and they would get the money from that too.
I guess they could. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe I should have them sign a contract that they have to give.
He'd have to work up the
22%.
paperwork and all the legal stuff.
No,
That
I
goes along
probably
with
wouldn't do that because if it's their condo, they can do whatever they want.
He'd have enough money. He'd get a real nice lawyer.
But then at the same, I don't know.
Be
I would
fine.
figure that
you
out.
did give it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so the other half would be actually just vacation property rental. You know, you rent it out. You make money off of that. So yeah, you do that for however many $100 million. I don't know how much that costs. And then the rest of it you invest.
Yeah, that's solid. Actually. Yeah.
Nice, Grant. What about you?
Well, I was thinking about this.
That
You
Just
brought up Outer Banks, and this kind of got me thinking. Like, yes, I would do all the stuff I said with $1 million. Of course, like I would probably do the same thing on a bigger scale. Like, I definitely invest a lot of it, set up my family for the rest of my life, and rest of their lives and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even say that. I'm probably a bad person.
No, you're not. I mean, you have $255 million. You can still. I mean, you bought them a condo. They're fine. They're fine.
Okay,
They're fine. Yeah,
Living
like all
in
this
Hilton Head,
stuff.
it's all
Of course, I think I would fund like a movie or TV show.
Oh,
Like
yes.
straight up. Like I think I would like.
That's a good
I'd
answer.
find somebody who's like a writer or something, and like find a script that I liked, and I would like fund the movie or help work on it or something. Because I think that I don't know. I think it'd be really fun. It'd be chaotic, and I feel like it's. I don't know. I feel like I'd have like a good creative outlet with my $255 million, which would probably at that point, let's say it's $100 million, but like movies, they can be made for $1 million or $12 million. Like $100 million for a movie budget. That's a lot of money. It's not like Marvel a lot of money, but it's like you can make a solid indie film for $12 million.
You could at least make like Velocipaster 2.
No, well, y'all heard about that Megan movie that came out? The new like horror type movie that came out recently, which I haven't seen. It was made for $12 million, and it's made insane profit. Like I'm not making Avatar 2, but like you can make a solid indie movie and like I don't know.
Oh shoot! Yeah,
I haven't seen Avatar 2.
Oh gosh.
Well, we'll save that for when
we
I've seen
really
it.
need to talk about that because I have some thoughts.
Okay, Eein, what would you do with $255 million?
Well, okay, so first, I actually don't know. I'm kind of making this up as I go. I would give.
Isn't that what the podcast is?
Oh, Aidan came in with a whole plan.
That's
and
true.
I mean, you had a little bit of a plan at least. I would come in. I would go. All right, $10 million to mom and pops. That's for them. Do whatever you need. That's great. Then I'd buy them cars. Awesome. Okay, $5 million to each set of grandparents.
Okay.
Set Eli up a nice little fund. We'd be in good shape, right?
I didn't say any of this.
Okay. Then
It was implied. You bought them condos.
Sorry, mi familia.
then
You guys are gonna drown. Just kidding. I would support you all.
I could
Maybe.
say all the stuff about buying the gear. I get, there's all that good stuff. I would do that. I would redo my whole closet. Now you might think, what is he gonna like my whole like wardrobe, everything.
He's spending $230 million on his.
It's gonna be encased
closet.
in gold.
Now you might think, what's he gonna buy? Gucci? No. I would
Sam's
buy
Club.
Walmart. No, I would completely buy out everything in the Everlane store, and it'd be great. So I would like get a bunch of new clothes. It'd be awesome, but we keep it simple, nice, tasteful, elegant. It'd be awesome. Be great.
Business idea.
Then I would, and this is just for
we
the
win
sheer
the lottery.
enjoyment.
Is that your business idea?
No,
I think
man.
it's a good business
No,
idea.
keep going. I have
Okay.
I
a
wanna hear
great
it.
business idea.
I would write a fabulous, like just great song, okay? And then I've always wanted to go over to like Scotland, Ireland, that area, and like to the mountains and like the just I don't know the what is the word I'm looking for? Everything out there is just so beautiful, like the woods,
Dude,
the
you could
landscape,
do that, and
all
we could
of that.
we could make a song in the mountains. Like
No,
record
I would
a song.
build a recording studio over there, probably.
Oh, dude.
But what I want to do, this is like a dream of mine, is I would go over there and we would do a live recording of a song, like
Of time.
in the middle of like, no, in the middle.
only song he ever does now.
Keep going. Sorry.
Time becomes the only thing he's ever allowed to play.
In the middle of like the wilderness in Ireland, and it would be sick. It would make me so happy.
It'd be vibey.
We'd have like the coolest like videography. It would be like cinematic
Ooh, could I film?
camera angles. Absolutely, dude.
Dude,
Grant would be the director. Aiden would be the producer. It'd be awesome.
Do we buy lottery tickets for the next podcast? Like, do we just?
I think we do. I can get a lottery ticket.
Yeah,
now
we're all
'cause I'm
adults now.
18.
Dude, we honestly could do that.
Cool. We're gonna buy lottery tickets next podcast. Aiden, what was your great business idea?
All right.
Also, I'd buy 2 cars. I'd buy a truck and then I'd buy like a fun car.
Yeah, I'd probably do something pretty similar.
Yeah. Or you could buy 4 cars. A fun
No.
car, a different genre of fun car. A practical car, and a different genre of practical car.
I don't disagree. What's your business?
And a
idea?
boat.
And a boat.
Okay. Business idea. Worship leaders, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
They have a very, I don't know, I feel like the modern church worship leader of 2022 has like a style, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a business that caters to the style of a worship leader?
Oh. Well, so I have some thoughts.
Buy worship leaders and for worship leaders?
I think that's
Wow.
a great business idea, first off. Second of off.
You heard it here first, folks.
Second of off. Wow. I can't speak. I can't speak. What?
Second of off. What's next?
Classical education, my friends.
He's dead. He's dead.
I don't have any comeback for that.
We're glad y'all are with us.
We missed you guys.
I don't even know what I was going to say now, dude. It's gone. Anyways.
So you're saying something.
Oh, yeah, the worship leader clothing line. I think that's a fabulous idea. I have some like beef with the worship leader fashion, even though I
You don't like
Here's
the
the thing.
big shirts that say WRSHP.
No, dude, that actually be kind of sick.
No. Here's the thing. Once you start the business, you become fashion. Like you can,
that's
you
true.
can
So
make
I could
the
like
trend.
mold worship leader
you
fashion.
You mold it. So like once people start coming to you and like buying stuff that they like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
start introducing
You
other
hire-
things, and you're like,
this is
oh,
great.
you can.
So
you can
Aiden,
shift it.
is this like all 3 of us going in on this business?
No,
idea
yeah.
I'll run
together?
social media. 'Cause
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
and
use
we
good.
social
hire
media.
like a giant, we
no,
hire like
no,
a
listen.
marketing team
Yeah.
Right,
and like a development team
Yeah.
right.
and an advertising team.
Yeah.
And we work with like organizations like Worship Together and Essential Worship
yeah,
and
for sure. And we get all of them in, and everybody. So now we've got like a worship leader clothing line.
Yeah.
I think it's sick.
yeah, and then we do a worship night
So
surrounded by our own clothes in the store.
Because that's a good way to point everything
Yeah.
back to Jesus.
when inevitably we all
Point
three
everybody back
we
to
all
the cash
three
register.
win the the lottery on the next podcast, we'll start this.
It's inevitable.
all we will sell is denims, white shoes, and black skinny jeans.
Unfortunately, it's more likely to get hit by lightning than to win the Powerball. So
That
And then
is
eventually
factual.
we open up the business and we stock Taylor guitars.
No, it's Martin now. It's changed.
that's
Oh,
true.
it's
It is
Martin?
Martin now.
It is
Okay, we
Martin
stock
now.
Martin guitars,
We can have some Taylors in there.
LR Bags
No, they all need
Electronics.
to burn.
We do all the like quintessential modern worship brands of equipment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Line 6, you guys
Line
can join
6,
in.
Istanbul.
So what's the business name? Does anybody have any ideas?
We'll come back to that. I don't have an idea for that. Aiden,
Off the
I don't know if
clock
you-
store.
yeah, off the clock store. Okay, here's a.
Clock store.
I'm gonna do a hard transition. We're gonna do a couple more questions.
Okay. Okay.
So, we had a discussion the other day. Is height subjective?
This is the stupidest.
And
question
now
I've ever
here's what I
heard.
mean by this. I was having this conversation with Stephen and Blake, and Aiden. Were you in on that conversation too? I can't remember.
I was observing,
okay. So
and I'm going to observe right now because I'm
Blake
about
was
to
bringing up the
tear
point
you
that
down.
well, Stephen denied that I was 6 feet, which kind of hurt my feelings, but it's okay. And Blake was talking about how people will say that they're like one height, and then you'll say you're one height, and then somebody else will say they're that same height. but one of those people is taller than you.
That's true.
The other one's shorter than you, and like you're all supposed to be like 5'9" or something like that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm not saying height is subjective in the sense that like if I'm 6'5", or I mean if I'm 5'9", I can say, hey, I'm 6'5". But I'm like, if you're 5'9", and somebody's like, oh no, you're 5'8", and somebody else is like, oh no, you're 5'10", or you're not really 5'9". I don't even know. I just feel like it's kind of based off of perception.
All right.
I don't know.
I understand what
it's
you're
just
saying.
weird to me that everybody could technically be, because you can't tell me all these adults are going around lying all the time about
really
their height.
just think that people like measured themselves once when they were like 15 and just haven't since, and just think they're like
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that's fair.
I'm about to obliterate this whole situation because like as soon as you take a tape measure and you're like, oh yeah, it's actually not true, and then it's over.
Yeah, I think I'm like maybe 5'10", 5'10 and a half at most, and I could probably say I'm 5'11", you know, like,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I think people just don't measure themselves as often anymore, because when you're a kid, you measure yourself, you're like, I want to
very
grow and
true.
stuff, but then there comes a point where you're like, well, I want to say I'm 6 foot, so I'm not going to measure myself and realize I'm actually 5'10", you know, so I don't know. I kind of get where you're coming from,
but you also
that's a
do
great
have
point.
shoes,
That is true. Very true. Yeah.
so
yeah, that's
That
true.
kinda
you
answers
can
my
play on it
question.
with that.
Yeah,
so-
because I might be 6 foot or
Right.
5'11" with these, right? But I don't wear these
It's kind of facts.
all the time.
Yeah. Huh.
yeah.
Good point. All right. Cool. Next question.
Settled.
Yeah, that actually did settle that.
That was great.
There we go. Look at us,
Guys,
guys. Growth.
We're
Come on.
so good at this.
Do we want to pick a random question out of the
Yeah.
question book?
Yeah, we got some
shout
time.
out to Caroline and Andrew Hensley
Facts.
for this wonderful question book of 3,000.
Do I just like open?
Yeah,
want me
just
to
open it and try to find one that's interesting.
Yeah, no, we should pick a number from 1 to 3,000.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You're right.
We already did 2,999.
1742.
All right.
All right. 1742.
If it's bad, we pick a different number.
Oh no, I think we have
So
to.
there's
answer it,
3,000
whatever it
random
is.
questions in this, and they're not like what's your favorite color. They're usually a little bit
Well,
more involved.
that one's
than
probably in here somewhere.
that. So we're just gonna pick one.
I don't
Do
think
do you vote in every election? Well, I know y'all didn't, so
Yeah, no.
just kidding.
Not that I am against voting. It's just I haven't. So
Okay. Personally, I feel like is the camera on, Grant?
Uh-oh. Pause.
It's actually because we didn't press record.
No, we definitely pressed record. Sorry, guys.
All right, are we back?
I hope so.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to ask another question?
No, we can continue that one.
Okay.
No, I had an answer.
Okay, great. What's your answer? Aidan?
Okay, so civilly, I think that it is every American's responsibility to vote and to exercise that right. No matter, obviously, vote for what you believe in, vote for the candidate, do your research, don't just vote with your policies, and be educated on politics, because that's, I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but have an idea of what's going on. I think that's everybody's job to do.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Having said that, now is where I shift gears into hypocrite mode, because I forgot to register to vote this past year. So
you didn't vote,
no.
right? But
Okay, well here's
instead of like just quickly registering and like showing up to the polls completely uninformed and not really knowing who you're voting for and just voting, you just decided not to, which I feel like is the responsible move to do in that.
So what do you say to
scenario.
someone who only votes in like the big presidential election and not like their city or state or whatever elections? Because
I mean, it's better than not doing anything.
yeah,
that's
I
fair.
agree. Because I feel like that's where I would probably like, and I don't think I should, but that's where I probably would slide into had I like not been held accountable in voting. Is like I probably would just vote in the presidential election and not vote in every like
Yeah.
city or state election, because I don't know, in my mind a little bit, like especially where we live, it's not really gonna matter if you don't vote, because the majority of other people are gonna vote and your vote won't really matter. But that's not the right mindset at all.
Right.
But I think that's what it's easy to slip into sometimes, of like,
Yeah.
well, does my vote actually matter?
Yeah.
I mean, it does,
Sure.
but I think that's a mentality that I would probably slip into occasionally of like, I don't know if me voting in this city election is really going to change the outcome.
Yeah, me, like, it was mainly me just being like, all right, I got to make sure I go vote this week. And then, like, I just got lazy and just forgot and was busy and, doing whatever. So, but that will be changing. So
there's room for grace, my guy.
I know. I just legitimately, like, think that you should vote as a person, at least
I think that's
when
fair.
you can.
Eein, why haven't you voted yet? Oh, my gosh.
I don't know.
Come on.
I'm not doing my duty as an American.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Being 18 for like a week.
Yeah. Forgive me. Yeah, I think that's true. I feel like everybody should vote, but only if you're like actually know what you're voting on and why you're voting on it.
Yeah, educate yourself.
Like even if you're disagreeing with like somebody, like if you don't know why you're voting on what you're voting on, then I would say that's probably not the best thing. I think that's the case for just about anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's not just to voting, just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually got a request to talk about voting and being involved in politics from Spencer last season. Y'all remember that? No, we haven't never talked about it.
Well, Spencer runs this
here we
podcast
are.
apparently.
Wait.
So
he was like, "Do you think it's important to be civil-minded? Do you think it's important to vote?"
I mean, I think it is important to be civil-minded.
Which is the question. I mean, which is the question that we just answered. But I'm just saying, like, this is
Yeah.
Here you go, Spencer.
We could go more in depth on that at some point.
Yeah.
Like what maybe closer to like an actual like election time, like city or I don't know when the next election is here in Knoxville or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Me neither.
We could do something. That might be cool.
Yeah.
Nice. What are y'all most looking forward to this year? Like where's an area that you're like looking forward to or that you're excited for or something that you're going to try to do? Not a goal or resolution for New Year's because I feel like that's always just kind of silly, but there's always something that somebody's hoping for or looking forward to in a year.
I don't know, man. Like, I really am excited to grow closer to, like, the people I'm currently working with and, like, obviously you too. But, like, I think after my first semester, I kind of had, like, gotten adjusted, because the first semester was, like, wild. It was new. It was different. I got to, like, figure stuff out. And so now I feel like that I found my footing. I'm excited to just get to know people better and kind of find more of, like, what's my role in these next 4 years. And I talked to Spencer about that some, 2 days ago because I work with him. And I don't know, just really kind of finding that and putting tools in my tool belt because that's what these next 4 years are kind of for. And I don't know. That's kind of what I've got off the top of my head. That and going to see Taylor Swift. It's going to be a blast.
I love that was in there.
I just had to throw it in there.
No, I'm excited about that too, man. And I think I kind of relate to what you were saying a little bit, just kind of learning more about where my place is and kind of what I'm getting better at my craft and learning what I'm going to be doing these next 4 years more this semester, right?
Yeah.
And also getting more opportunities to do what I love and just trying to work with as many people as I can. And I'm just getting really excited to mix more, to produce more, to play drums more, and to play live more. So, yeah, that's just been great for me.
Love it, man. What about you, Eein?
I think for me, going this year, I think something that I am looking forward to is obviously just like seeing where I am at the end of this year.
Yeah.
And like how much I've grown because like last year was a very, we can say kind of crazy, slightly crazy year for my family. But in that was a lot of growth and a lot of change and a lot of good came out of all the things that went on. So I think this year it's just like, seeing where I am, seeing what happens. I think a goal is just to speak less and speak more in a more meaningful and impactful way. Like whether that's in conversation, especially like if we're having like serious discussion or conversation, just stuff like that. And then, just learning to be more humble and like to take pride in what I do, but not to be prideful in what I do.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's yeah.
So
Agreed.
yeah, I feel like those are kind of things. Just growing in that this year is kind of what I'm like looking forward to. As funny as that sounds,
Dude, that's awesome.
cool. We're
Well, guys,
back. We're back. Oh, Grant. Wait.
Okay.
We'll have it. Did you watch the playoffs?
Yeah, I've
NFL?
been watching the Jags, bro.
That was wild.
That's
wild. What did you think about Brock Purdy? This is
Brock
I
Purdy
really
is
want-
him. Brock Purdy is him. Mr. Irrelevant is now Mr. Relevant. We should talk about the playoffs, especially
We did need to have like.
maybe we could
a
do like a
discussion.
playoff recap going up to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'd be so down.
Okay.
I just want to say, Brock Purdy.
Come on our podcast.
Well, sure. Yes, actually, that'd be great. All these people saying Brock Purdy, he's not the next superstar,
Dude,
whatever.
he's
Great, you
solid.
can say that. Dude's Mr. Irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
He's relevant now.
He's relevant. We're allowed to say he's a superstar because he's playing like one. So
Yeah,
until he
he
stops
is.
playing like one, and great, then he's a backup and nobody's mad at him because he was the last pick in the draft.
If this is
Who
his
cares?
one golden year, like
So be it.
heck of a year.
Dude's like 6-0. I mean,
yeah. And
come on.
He's played some great games. Like he owned Tom Brady.
He did own Tom Brady. He really did own Tom Brady. That was
Shout out
also.
Brock.
I just have a quick message for Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and the rest of Bengals team and fan base, whatever. I know there have been injuries, but guys, the Ravens, Tyler Huntley, come on. I mean, what was that? A game we should have won by 20 points at least? I mean, they didn't even have Lamar Jackson. Dude didn't travel with them. He's mad at the team. He's not coming back. He's going to the Jets. What are we doing? We got to beat Buffalo. We got to get the ring, man. Aaron Donald stole the ring last year. Joe, this is your chance at this is your another shot. This is your chance at redemption. You can do this. I have faith. I know the offensive line is bad and they're all hurt. But come on, man. You got to put something together. And Zach Taylor, don't even get me started. Do not even get that. He has fooled everyone into thinking he's some like good head coach. I'm not saying he's horrible, but he's not good. Like, he's just not good. He's not good. He's got to go. We need a better coach. He's serviceable, but we need a better coach. And we need an offensive line. But all that, we can still get it done. We have Joe Burrow. It's still possible. Hooday. That's all I got to say. All right. I need the Bengals to win a Super Bowl, or it's going to be a really, really bad start to my 2023.
Off the clock will take a dip if the Bengals don't win.
It's gonna be rough, boys.
Oh man.
I
Well-
barely recovered from last year. It was tragic. Anyways, sorry.
Guys, thank you for joining us on our opener of season 2 of
Yeah.
On the Clock. We got some really cool things to
Discuss.
In
we're
store
gonna do
for
that
this
again.
next season.
Or-
No, it's fine. We're rolling.
All right, keep going. We got some cool things in store and some cool guests coming up.
It's going to be a
So-
heck of a season.
Yeah.
I am
Thank you for
really excited for
sticking
season 2.
around.
Can't lie.
And Brock Purdy, we're excited to see you on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Peace.
See y'all.